What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling Rush Hour. Friday Night SmackDown was a pretty decent show. I would give the show overall about a C plus to a B minus. There were some things I think could have been better on the show, but overall, I think the show kind of got to the you got an understanding of what the show was about and what needed to happen. But there are a few things that I will talk about that I think should have been better. Just off the bat, I'll let you guys know I'm 100% not interested in the Cody Rhodes versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. I don't like that there really wasn't a build up. It was just Cody Rhodes was gone since he lost at WrestleMania, and then just because it's Saturday night main event, he shows up and makes the save and then just says, "Yeah, it's gonna be me and Jay versus you two." Like, no, it just. I understand, that maybe I don't know. I just it seems like Triple H maybe doesn't have any creative decision um, for Jey Uso. I guess obviously he's going to be going up against Gunther again. But just in general, man, I'm not interested in this match. I would have liked to have more substance, more of a storyline. They could have had, Cody Rhodes just doubt himself. They could have just kept having him lose matches, or something. There could have been just something, that they could have just added to actually make the tag team match, interesting and make the fans actually invested in it instead of just, hey, here's some big names. We're going to have this match at Money in the Bank. So, personally, I'm just not interested in the match. Obviously, I will be watching the pay per view and talking about it, but in general, I'm not interested in that match. Now, the show opened up with Bianca Belair coming into her hometown. She's letting the fans know that she's still injured. But then we see Naomi come out. Naomi cut a pretty good promo. I like the little extra heel tactic that she did with mentioning her mom being in the wheelchair and saying it would be a shame if both of you were in a wheelchair. I like that kind of added heat that Naomi was trying to bring on herself as a heel. I think Naomi's been doing a great job as a heel as well. One thing I do have a critique about, though, I don't like the fact that every time Jade comes out, it's just Jade beating the hell out of Naomi. Um, I think there should be times where if Jade is coming down to the ring, that Naomi just gets the upper hand. They did that a little bit when it came to the WrestleMania feud, a little bit, but they still just kind of, I know they're protecting Jade, but sooner or later, Jade is gonna. You can't just keep protecting her. Sooner or later, she has to kind of get her ass whooped. Especially if she's gonna be a baby face, and you want her to be a likable baby face. People don't like baby faces that are just like overly powered and strong. That's the reason why people resented John Cena for so many years. But overall, though, Jade, they're coming out attacking Naomi. Then that ended up just kind of going into the Money in the Bank qualifying triple threat match that they had. And Naomi ended up picking up the win. I was surprised because I thought that they would pull the trigger and give it to Jade. But I think what they're going to do is typically under Triple H or either Vince McMahon, typically what they do is they do a series of triple threat matches or singles matches, and then all the losers from the matches, they put them in like another triple threat or a fatal four-way, and whoever wins that ends up getting like the last little remaining one or two spots or whatever it is. So I do expect Jade to be in that ladder match, just considering the fact that she is one of the bigger names, whether people like her or not. She is one of the bigger women stars on the show, and I just don't see her not having a match at Money in the Bank. But yeah, Naomi ended up picking up the win. Moving on, we see R-Truth versus JC Mateo. This was a squash match. Mateo ends up winning. Moving on, we have the Los Garzas versus Javon Evans and Ray Fenix. I thought that Ray Fenix and Javon Evans was actually going to pick up the win. I thought Javon Evans would get the victory, but no, Los Garzas ended up winning with Ethan Page costing Javon Evans the match. When with Javon Evans and Ray Phoenix losing, it leads me to believe that it's possible that either Ray Phoenix or Javon Evans could win at Worlds Collide. Um, and if I'm being honest, I wouldn't be surprised if, whether it's Triple H, Shawn Michaels, or whoever, I wouldn't be surprised if they give the NXT um, North American Championship to Ray Phoenix. I was going to say Javon Evans, but I think they would give it to Ray Phoenix because, again, since WWE acquired AAA Wrestling, they're going to want to make this a memorable show. And so I think they're going to give Ray Phoenix that championship so that way fans can kind of just be more interested and kind of want to understand more about the Lucha wrestling promotion that they just bought. So, but overall, Los Garzas ended up defeating Evans and Ray Phoenix. Next up, we had Zelina Vega versus Alba Fyre. This is a decent match. Nothing that you'll just rewatch again, but it's a decent match, and it seems like they're having Zelina, be a, it was a non-title match, but obviously, they're having this kind of mini feud. Realistically, though, I would like for Zelina to actually be in a real feud, whether it's someone trying to run her over in a car, or she's pulling up to the show and someone hits the back of the car. Just something dramatic, I don't know. Even if you have it simple as someone stole her bag and she finds out who did it, set up a feud or something, but give it more substance, because this whole Zelina Vega versus the quote unquote Secret Service is what they're calling them. It's just, it's not interesting to me. But Zelina Vega ended up picking up the win, and hopefully we actually see her in a real, intense feud that actually means something. Now we have Jacob Fatu versus Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. I'm a huge Carmelo Hayes fan. I wanted Carmelo Hayes to win, but I'm happy that Andrade got the win. Andrade got the win as well. It's good that he'll get some recognition at Money in the Bank. Unfortunately, he won't be winning the Money in the Bank because Seth Rollins is going to end up winning that. But it is still good that Andrade will be getting a chance to shine at Money in the Bank. But another video I am going to be making is about Triple H's booking when it comes to Carmelo Hayes versus how his booking with Braun Breaker. It's just Carmelo Hayes should have been an Intercontinental Champion or a United States Champion, or something. Like, this dude is just as talented as Braun Breaker, and I don't know, man, but it is what it is. This triple threat match, first of all, this was a long triple threat match. This match was longer than normal, or at least longer than the other triple threat matches that we had saw. But overall, I thought everything about it was good. They're still teasing that Jacob Fatu is going to kind of basically be turning babyface, and I think that's why they brought in JC Mateo, is to put Jacob Fatu over in terms of when he finally ends up turning babyface for good, or at least until whenever later on down the line. But overall, it was a good match, and I was entertained by that match and that tag team match for sure. Now we had the face-to-face, and I already mentioned this earlier in the video. John Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. This is something that I'm not looking forward to. I could care less about, and I'm probably gonna make another video ranting about how much I don't care for this match. But overall, I'm not even gonna go into anything. They cut some, typical promo, and and then they ended up attacking, John Cena and Logan Paul, and they, Cody Rhodes ended up holding up the championship, you know, to end the show. But overall, it was not entertaining. And I could care less about any of the 4 guys in the match. Not that they're not talented, it's just the match isn't giving any storyline. It's just, hey, we're going to have a match because we're going to have a match. So, yeah. But anyways, that's my review for today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Shout out to everyone who has been subscribing to the channel, liking the videos. I really do appreciate you guys, and you don't know how much that really helps me, motivate me, and actually means a lot to me. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. Peace.